Hi everyone, it's Claire back again. I've got a box of miscellaneous brands here. I've just counted them and there are 36 polishes in this box. I've got Butter London, Model Zone, Leighton Denny, Morgan Taylor, some Lottie Londons, various different brands where I've got 2 or 3 polishes. So of the 36, my aim is to try and destash 18 of these polishes. So I'm not going to go through them by brand. I'm just going to unpack this box and see what happens. Okay, that's a lot of polishes. I'm just going to grab them and go through them, count them as we go along. Okay, so I'm trying to go through them as quickly as possible. I'm going to say goodbye to these 4. These 2, sorry Amanda, these 2 polishes were sent to me by Amanda, the nail polish hound, and they do look pretty in the bottle, but I just don't think I just think is going to be a bit textured. And this one is a kind of pinky, bronzy, yeah, it's just a shade that I'm really not going to reach for. Very pretty in the bottles, but I'm going to actually pass these 2 on. I'm also going to pass on these 2 Butter Londons. This one was only 70p. I think this one is Sunny's. Yeah, Sunny's. And this one here is a L'Oreal, and this one is Violet de Nuit. I just don't reach for it, so I'm going to say goodbye to that one. Okay, here are 4 that I know I'm going to keep. These are my 2 remaining Galaxy Effect, the skull polishes from Black Art Beauty. I know that Lisa sent me a couple of these. I think these were the 2 actually that Lisa sent me. I've also had another couple of polishes that I've passed on to other people. And these 2 Butter Londons I'm going to keep. I just love these shades. That's Trollop and Pool. Okay, I've got 5 Morgan Taylors here. This one I'm going to pass on. It needs a good shake up, but it is a mid-toned. It's a mid-tone green, and I've got plenty of those. These 4 here, I'm going to keep this one. This is Best Ball Gown Ever. It is a really pretty, very pretty shimmery blue with a kind of gold iridescent flash. So I'm going to keep that one. And these 3 all came in the same collection. I think it was called something like I don't know, it was some sort of mysterious name. It was recently, it was sort of autumn last year. And I did pick these 2 up on a whim. This one is beautiful. It reminds me of Sweet Souffle from Essie. But it's more of a pinky flash, and I really, really enjoyed wearing this, so I'm going to keep this one. But these 2 really were on a whim, and I do have duochrome metallics that are very similar in my collection, so I'm going to pass these 2 on. And I've got 2 like dark oxblood reds here. I'm going to keep the Nails Ink and pass on the Butter London. Actually, let's have a look at these Butter Londons. I've got a few of them here and I want to try and narrow them down. I would say immediately that I want to keep these 3 very pretty pastels, and they're in the minis, so they don't take up too much room. That's Mollycoddled, Petticoat and Fiver, all really great pastels for spring, so I'm going to keep these 3. I'm also going to keep HRH and Sunbaker. I do like these 2 polishes, very pretty kind of metallic shimmery polishes. But I'm going to pass on these 3. This one here is No More Weighty Katie, and I just didn't really like the formula. It took sort of 3 coats and I wasn't really that impressed with it, so I'm going to pass that one on. This one I picked up for 50p. It's a topper and it's called Hen Party. It's just a kind of iridescent shimmer, but I've got other iridescent shimmer toppers, so I'm going to pass on that one. I'm also going to finally say goodbye to Bossy Boots. This has been in my collection for quite a while. Haven't reached for it for ages, and I've got other similar greens in my collection. Okay, so just taking stock. I'm not doing too bad actually. At the moment I've kept 12 and I've destashed 11. So and this has narrowed it down quite a bit, but this might be a little bit more difficult. Let's see. Okay, let me choose a couple that jump out at me as definitely staying. So these two here, this one is Kiko number 346, and it's a very pretty grey green. It reminds me a little bit of Spanish moss, although it's from Revlon, although it's a little bit darker. There's a little bit of blue in there as well, but I do like this shade. And also this pink is Jardin de Roses, a beautiful rosy blush pink for the summer, spring and summer. Yeah, I'm definitely going to keep these two, so that takes me up to 14, which means I can only keep another 4 if I'm being strict to the destash. Okay, let me see what I'm happy to say goodbye to. These 3 here, these ones I picked up, these are Eve's Snow. And I picked these up really cheap. I think they were like my best bargain. They were about 20p. And they're great, sort of almost one coaters, but I just don't reach for them. This has got a broken cap, and I'm going to pass on these 2. I'm also going to pass on this Lottie London. This is called Voltage. I've got duochromes that are very similar to this, so I'm going to pass this one on. So I've just counted them up, and it looks like I've destashed 14 and I've kept 14, so I don't know why I've got an odd number left. So I'm going to be kind to myself and say that I can keep 4 of these polishes and I have to get rid of 3 of them. Okay, I'm definitely going to keep this one. It's one of my favourite yellows. This is 7 Dials from Nails Inc. Which other 3? This one is actually really quite a pretty, this was only £3 from TK Maxx. I matched this up with a topper, this topper here actually, and it was a fantastic manicure. And on that basis, I'm going to keep this Leighton Denny, which is called Blue Breeze. But I'm actually going to say goodbye to these 2 because I do feel as though I've got very similar shades. This is Get Your Coat, and this one is number 294 from Kiko. So those 2 I'm going to pass on. And I'm going to keep these 2 Lottie Londons. Do I need this one, Wild at Heart? No, I've got plenty of greys that are similar. I don't have too many greys that are like this though, this kind of taupey, pinky grey. This one's called Stay Cool, and I really like this shade, this purpley grey, so I'm going to keep that one. And this is Nails Inc. Jeans Police. I remember picking this up when I went shopping with Lisa Hendy, but I haven't reached for it. I can't remember. I don't think this was a fantastic formula actually, and I do have similar like off-white blues. So I'm actually going to pass this one on. So these are the 18 polishes that I'm going to say goodbye to. And here are the 17 polishes, so I did miscount at the beginning, 17 polishes that are staying in my collection. So this is the first video where I'm actually destashing more polishes than I'm keeping. So I'm really pleased with that actually. I'm just looking at the ones that I've destashed now, and I haven't worn any of them for a very long time. And they're just not my kind of polish that I reach for really. So I'm actually quite happy with that. Let me know if you're in the UK and you're interested in any of the polishes. Because I can't remember if I've bought them or if I've been gifted them, I'm just going to give them away. So if you're happy to pay for the postage, then by all means, if you're in the UK, let me know which polishes you'd be interested in and I'll pop them in the post for you. Let me know what you think of these brands. Have you got any of them? Do you think I'm making a huge mistake? And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.